Episode 7, which is Episode 3 of Momodora III. Planning to make this the finale, so hopefully Episode 3 of Momodora III is the fitting episode number that we end things on, even though it's technically Episode 7. I was looking things up in between episodes and also doing some practice to do this whole thing on a second save file. The things that we missed in the first save file for 100% completion, which we will be trying to get in this next run. Well, the one thing was that secret area, which is actually tied to the NPC that we were talking to for most of the game, Melilo, or Melilot, the researcher NPC. I just kind of missed out on reaching that secret area by not talking to her with the right item equipped, which I almost did in my first playthrough. But now that I saved over that, and this is on New Game Plus or whatever, can't go back and do that. So we'll just do it in our second file, after I delete this practice run. The second thing we're going to do is actually even harder, because we have to get through a certain amount of the game within 30 minutes to talk to a certain NPC. There was a character that died in Stage 5, the grave or whatever, who I previously thought in the last episode was Melilo that died, but it was actually Mario, the character that we talked to at the very beginning of the game. According to the guide that I used, this might be some kind of cave story reference, with how Curly Brace's fate might be tied to how quickly you run through the game or something like that. If I recall that game correctly, it's been a while. But I guess this character that died in my first playthrough died within 30 minutes of me starting the game, so gonna have to play through a lot faster. There's also an achievement for getting through the game in 25 minutes. For my playthrough, I'm not gonna worry about all the achievements. I'm really only gonna worry about those things tied to NPCs and story and stuff. So let's go ahead and delete this one, our practice one. And I was checking to see what the differences are between the characters. Turns out there aren't any. Dora plays exactly the same as Momo, it's just like a different visual treat, I guess, to see one other character to play as one other character, I guess. I thought she might use guns or something, like she would be maybe a more ranged character. Like if she played more like the first game that she appeared in, or the only game that she was playable in before this one, Momodora 1. And in that one, even though she did use the leaf and I guess the spell tag wasn't introduced there, but she had like a similar ranged option, the boomerang. She played more like a cave story character like Quote or whatever, because she mainly used the gun for damage and had that huge arsenal of guns. But yeah, I guess for balancing reasons, she plays exactly like Momo, and there's really no difference other than cosmetic, I guess. That and the feeling of playing as Dora one more time. So for this playthrough, the checklist is, we are going to talk to Melilo as many times as possible to get to the secret area. Talk to Mario in all the areas that she appears in, which should be 3 areas, one in the first location that we spawn in, which we did in the first playthrough, as well as in the Bell Tower Garden, which we already missed in the first playthrough because she had already died by then. And then once more in the place where we found her body in, and by the time we reach there, we should actually find her alive, I think. In my practice file that I just deleted, I actually took too long to reach her, but hopefully with that practice I should be able to reach her this time for the first time. I hope. Oh, and the other thing we're going to be doing here is getting the other ending for the game, I guess. Which just means doing one thing differently after the final boss. Which will be a very fitting ending for Dora, I think. We got the purification ending for Momo, so we'll do the other ending for Dora. And I guess also fitting for Dora, who maybe is more aggro and stuff. Also going to be doing all of this stuff on hard mode to make things more exciting, I guess. All the enemies are going to be just as aggro as Dora is, and we might die a lot. But thankfully dying doesn't actually count against you for the in-game timer, for Mario and even the speedrun achievement. Not that we're doing the speedrun achievement, we're just here for Mario. And Mellow and the other ending. Those 3 things. I'm sure I can do it. So the idea here is to speedrun through everything just to talk to Mario 3 times, and then go back for 100% on everything else. Okay, off to a great start. It's okay to damage boost through a lot of things, until we get the speed ring, which is actually going to help us out speeding through a lot of the areas, but with the increased damage from that, it might actually be a big problem. There's also an achievement for doing a pacifist run where you don't damage any enemies. Not going to be doing that one. Again, that's not really tied to any, like, story stuff. And that would be a lot easier on a easier mode. Practice pays off. Somehow I missed this NPC the first time, like in my first playthrough. Maybe she just doesn't spawn on normal mode or something. So that is something we do need, but we don't have any money. That is the Ghost Amulet, or the Summon Stone rather. And we'll just speed through this since I talked to her already the first time. And that Summon Amulet, the Summon Stone rather, is going to let us speed through a lot of the DPS phases for the bosses, considering the Damn, actually I should just die and reset that. Yeah, the Summon Stone will let us get through the bosses that much quicker since it's just full aggro. We will be able to get it for free in the secret area that we got it in the first time. So we don't actually have to gather 80 money in this first area. And of course we'll take off the speed ring for the boss. Ah. And apparently this is actually Prim Doralina. Isidore Doralina's sister. Seems like a little sister. I'm sure Isidore is so used to beating up her little sister just like this. Oh, we're actually almost dead. This boss is pretty easy to cheese out. Just don't want to get too close to her or give her too much time to get close to us. Okay, exactly the problem that I mentioned. But yeah, dying like this doesn't count against us for time. I have a timer next to me that I use for recording purposes. But that timer isn't really useful when I start dying and can't really count the minutes for how much more time Maribel's gonna be alive for. What's her name, Maribel? Mario. Mario and Mello. 2 Karstians with similar sounding names, or they sound similar to me. Damn, we were doing good just up until then. Don't overextend. Alright, there we go. And apparently, Isidore's little sister just dies. Is that like actual death, or was that just like a game thing that she explodes into money for the purpose of the player? I can't imagine that we're actually killing her. But maybe she was cursed or something. We do have to talk to this character 3 times, but we maybe don't want to waste too much time going out of our way for her. I tried that in my practice run and ran out of time to actually reach Mario. So I guess if she's out of the way, we'll avoid her. No, we can take some time for this though. Didn't actually notice last time, but your character loses all their clothes instantly when they fall into the hot spring. How lewd. Okay, but we do need this. This is very important for our pseudo speedrun, I guess. Oh, and so is the speed ring. Actually, put on the speed ring there and that there. The ghost does not strip down to get into the hot spring. And what we can kind of do with this is, if we find that we're taking too much time in one area, we can just die and basically treat these as splits or whatever the term is. For like speedruns. The splits between all of the different areas that you could record separate times for or whatever. Okay, yeah, I didn't like how much time I was taking on those little fish guys that spawn in and spawn out. What I have to do is take them out on the first cycle if I want to do this as fast as possible. Which is going to entail charging up an attack and then throwing it as they spawn in, for the most part. Or just getting the melee when we need to. Or jumping over them entirely. Like that. That's the idea. Okay, that's gonna explode. Don't want to be hit by that. Pretty sure explosions do super big damage, so we want to avoid that at all costs. Good cycle on that, not on that. Damn. Go straight through. Straight through. There's a save point right here. Alright, we made it. I didn't mean to fall into the pit there, but it doesn't matter for our time, I guess. We can jump over that one. Okay, got hit by that. This is all like a new split or whatever, so we can retry this. For better timing. Ah. I was holding right. Gotta actually spawn in, okay. Damn. Damn. Okay, if we jump over that guy, he spins around and shoots to the right. So we actually want to slow down a little bit there, or just take him out quickly. Like that. Almost got hit by the last star. It should be a save point right here. There's actually nothing in the shop that's useful to us that we can actually afford. Well, actually the magnet would be nice. Maybe I'll sacrifice a little bit of time just to get that magnet. It's not necessary for the speedrun, but it will make things a little bit more efficient if we get the money and if we get all this money and we do it as we're doing the speedrun. 30 minutes should be enough for a little bit of leeway like this. Okay, yeah. That's just enough. Not that. Come on. Ah, okay, there we go. And save. Hopefully that wasn't a huge enough time loss that we lose Mario forever. Okay, well, reset. Oh, we gotta equip the magnet ring though. And with the ghost around, we're getting that much more money. Because it's killing the things that we don't go after. Like that. Alright, next boss is a fish. Should be easy enough. Just have to bait out the bubble attack. And get behind it. Ah, damn it. That was unnecessary. Okay, well, great. Here I go calling it easy. You know, I should have turned off the screen shake when I started this episode. Every time the ghost hits the enemy or gets hit, the screen shakes and it makes it so much harder to see everything. Get out of the way of that. Stay low so the ghost can attack. Get behind. Get away. Stay low. Go up. And there we go. It's that easy with the ghost. Third area. Melilo is in this area, but she's off to the right side that we have to do a detour for. So we'll come back after we save Maribel, and hopefully she's still there. I'm pretty sure Melilo doesn't die if you, like, go too fast through the game or something. Pretty sure we can just warp back for that one. These guys are instant deaths if they touch you. Not those guys, the night guys. I think just in general, enemies do more damage if they touch you, but they do less damage if they actually hit you with an attack. Let's actually try that out. Okay, well, I guess we're not trying that out. I guess we can try with this guy. Yeah, go ahead and hit us. Okay, never mind, he is just instant death no matter what. They can't turn around, so as long as you can jump over them, you're fine. I think for that guy, it'll be hard to jump over him. But we'll try. Oh, I guess I still got hit. Okay, I jumped too early and they were falling as I jumped. Gotta jump at the very end there, I guess. Not sure what hit me this first time, though. Oh, it's that trap. Right. I think for that guy, we might actually want a damage boost through or something. Alright, avoided the trap. Okay, we don't have to damage boost through, we can just survive. This is like the only room in the game with these guys. Oh, and they're actually pretty tough. Didn't notice that during my practice. They either do 2 damage or 3 damage, might be pretty bad. Well, I'm gonna die now if I even touch them. It's this one part with this guy and these guys, yeah. If I'm trying to speed through, it's hard to get them in the right cycle. Okay, well that's no good. And over, and over. Good, made it to save. This is the area with the ghost box they can fall through. Damn. She actually has something that would be useful for speedrunning purposes. The ceremonial fabric that we... oh damn. The ceremonial fabric that we use to defeat the boss of Area 4 really quickly. Unfortunately, farming 400 coins or stars, whatever the money is called, isn't really viable. With how quickly we're trying to get through. The same thing again. Gotta remember that one. Damn. I wanted to die that guy. I didn't actually forget him, I just wanted to die so I could do this part again and not take any damage. Definitely. But this time for sure. How could I possibly forget? Okay, this one's a bit too scary for me to even like approach, honestly. Takes 5 hits from the standard talisman. So over to the right is where Melilo is. We're skipping that in favor of reaching Mario in time. Do we want... I'll use this save that we have and die if we have to, just to see if we actually want to get this thing. Can we kill this thing really quickly this night? Kind of walked into her there. The ghost doesn't have to worry about getting too close to the enemy. Yeah, this is actually taking a huge amount of time. I'm not sure the time save from getting this one item is going to be that much. This item is the marine symbol, which is one of the most useful items in the game for reaching enemies far away and also doing more damage with your ranged attack. We really only have to worry about doing damage to the boss, and using ranged attacks on this next boss and the boss after this one aren't really necessary, so I think it's better to avoid this for now and just revert our save for the time. We'll come back for this later, after we've talked to Mario enough times. Alright, so for this one, it's actually kind of hard to get full DPS on these guys, because you can sort of corner yourself with their attacks. Like this one, they slowly chase you, so if you go in too deep, then they just chase you back and you're cornered, so we can't really get full DPS there. This one is huge for DPS, it just kind of sits there and we can attack as long as it's far away. I guess the same is true for this one, sort of, but it stays out not as long as the other one. This is sort of an Ornstein and Smo situation, where the other one powers up if we defeat one first. We haven't actually seen what the white one's powered up version looks like. We always defeat the white one first, or at least every time in practice that's how it was. And yeah, same thing here. I guess I'm not going to see it in my playthrough. Okay, now's a problem, because this is going to take a lot of time if I sit here waiting for those, damn. Well, I guess I should have waited. Because when she gets angry, when she gets powered up, those ones stay out much, much longer. They actually stay until the next time she sends them out, so you have to actually work around them. In which case it actually matters that we do ranged attacks in this case. Maybe we do actually want to defeat the purple one first, just to avoid that exact scenario. Crap. Well, I guess this means less DPS on the white one. And over. Don't want to put that too close to the white one, because the radius is huge. Come on, get in range. Let's slow DPS on the white one a bit. Oh crap, now we're cornered. Okay. Yeah, I previously considered getting the ceremonial fabric for this boss and the entire run in general, just to make these awkward segments go by that much faster. Okay, crap. Just die. Oh, we don't actually... Wait, do we? We don't take damage from touching them. I don't have to worry about getting too close to them. Unless they're attacking. Okay. That changes things a bit. We can get like directly under them and jump up. And just spam the attack. And over. Put it there. Okay. Oh, we still have the speed ring on. That's why I'm taking so much damage. Damn, she died. Crap. Okay, got out of there. As long as those things don't chase me down. Please? Please? I can't believe this. No, we couldn't go into the door while it was still lowering. Okay, well, I guess I can take off the speed ring. That makes things marginally easier. Maybe we can kill the white one last now. I'll maybe go a little bit out of my way just to try that. You still kind of want to balance the damage on them so the white one isn't too powered up. Shit. That's a bit too much damage, but I think we're okay. Come on, Ghost. Do more damage. I think she's about to die now. Oh, damn. That's bad. Okay, I guess we'll just use this to rest a bit. No, don't kill. Kill this one. Damn, still alive. We'll kill her as she spawns in. I'm sure. Okay, let's see this one's attacks, but not wait too long. Okay, we didn't see her other attack. It seemed like she just put down 2 of the white bombs, which doesn't actually change that much. Maybe they explode faster. And there's Mario, that's her name, still alive. What we'll do is save here and take our time talking to her to get her dialogue, but then we'll die and then quickly talk to her so we can move on without the timer taking into account how much we're talking to her. I guess that white one's other attack might have been more white balls shot at you, like maybe like a fan pattern or something like that. Or maybe she transforms you into like a different animal. Damn, I wish I saw that. Oh well. I never expected to meet you here. Perhaps I should warn you about the Ladybug Princess. She's a strong warrior who guards the Garden Spell. I heard she took over after the Centipede Queen died. So yeah, the Centipede Queen is already dead. Guess I should have realized if they immortalized her in statue form. Well, who knows for sure. In any case, you don't want to be in her way. Please take good care of yourself. It's only with the heart that one can see rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eye. Take that into consideration. More cryptic stuff that she said, or similar to what she said in the first area. Not sure what she's talking about though. I'm not sure why we're trying so hard to save her. I'm not sure what this character is in the first place. She's just kinda here. We just run into her and she talks to us sometimes. In a normal playthrough, I think most people would just talk to her in the first level and never see her again like I did. Probably wouldn't even see her here. You're the chatty type, huh? Yeah, I am. I'm just sitting here talking a lot when I should be moving on very quickly, huh? Let's chat even more about this thing. This is the entrance to the secret area, and this is tied to Mellow's quest, which I think I mentioned we had to finish off in the last episode by actually talking to her with the correct item equipped. It would have actually been the item that we get from this area, that one useless badge that is actually right next to where Mellow is, and I almost talked to her with it equipped, but then I immediately unequipped it right before I talked to her in the previous episode. So yeah, I guess that's why we're here now. Okay. But that's going to be the next thing we do. First we gotta make sure that this one doesn't die. And to do that we're gonna have to jump off the edge here and die, so we don't waste any time. I guess there's no edge here. Go on and kill me. Okay, so quickly. Equip the ring. Oh, and we got to talk to her, actually. We didn't do that yet. Go to all the dialogue, just in case. And a save. This area is the one that sticks in my memory the most from my practice run, so I think getting through it should be easy enough. It took a lot of attempts to actually get the timing on this right. Those mandragora things, the flower ladies, they're actually a bit too tall to jump over if you don't catch them as they're spawning in. So you have to wait for them to go underground and then teleport to where you are, so you can jump over them. Oh wait, I think we can use something here. Let's actually die quickly. We are going to buy that thing, but if we die it's going to save us some time, I think. The bomb tag should let us do a little bit more damage with our ranged option. For the parts that matter, I guess. Put it on instead of that. Oh, we should save though. It does mean we're going to stop farming money now, but it's only for up until we get to Mario, the last time in the next area. Ah, positioning on that is really... Okay, there we go. You can't bounce straight up. Oh, damn. If you bounce straight up, you hit your head on the ceiling. So you kind of have to curve around, and again, with the input lag, I'm going to keep on mentioning it, but with the input lag, it's just a bit hard to get that positioning down. That bird apparently also, damn. That owl that was on the left side of the screen, apparently tied to an achievement. An innocent owl, that just yields a lot of money, I guess. Damn, she spawned right on the bounce pad. She goes right where you are, so we can control where she spawns in if we move a little bit slower. Is there like a frame rate thing going on? Seems fun now. Alright, we one-cycled it. We can jump over most of this stuff. Damn, don't want to jump into her. Alright, so... we can damage boost through this guy, but I don't have the health for that right now. Damn. Damn, they jumped right under me. Almost had it. It's really good that these deaths don't count against me. I'd never be able to do this on hard mode if I didn't have that bonus, that boon. Alright, I waited a little too long for her. It's so hard to jump into that one tiny, one block wide gap. Damn. When you land after a big drop, it pauses you. So I didn't have the time to move there. At least I think that was what was going on. Might go under me? Not there. Damn. Right in the way. I think I'd have this by now. This is actually taking me more tries than it did in practice. Good. One cycle. I think that's still optimal. Oh no, that still kills in one hit. Or does a fire do more damage? Maybe if we get there without taking any damage, that's the damage boosting that I remember from my practice. Maybe. Damn, we took damage. Well, we're not giving up. Maybe we're giving up. I actually thought I was a ghost there. Screen shaking and screen flashing, it's easy to confuse yourself with the ghost. Right. Oh no. Damn. Well, our save file still exists, so we're fine. Oh, I can turn things off from here. Okay, that goes off. That should be a huge bonus. A huge boon. Whatever. Wait, 2820? That's not like... That can't be like my in-game timer, right? I'm pretty sure that's like my real time. Wait, hang on. My first save file says an hour 55. I think that lines up with... Yeah, it was 2 episodes, so it would have been 1 hour and 55 minutes real time. And I did die a lot in my first playthrough, so that's definitely not the playtime for the timer that they use for Mario and all that. Even if this was 2320, there would still be a chance that we could actually get through it. Maybe. But I'm pretty sure it's not actually 2320. Oh, right. Okay. This time for real. Spawn here. One cycle this. Jump straight over. Go under. Okay, that's bad. That's real bad. We're just gonna have to try to do this honestly, even if it takes a lot of time. This is why I bought the bomb upgrade. Helps us take care of these things that much faster, especially if they're like big guys. Alright, and there's the save. It's that easy. Took me so much time. And yeah, Melilo isn't where she was last time because I didn't talk to her in the dim hideout. This boss also not too hard. She's actually a bit like Prim in that regard. Just gotta stand over here, watch for the jump back. Didn't get any damage that time. Let her do her attack, then retreat. Guess we can get some damage there. Retreat, let her do that, get some damage, and repeat. Not too bad. We just want to retreat before she jumps back because she does have a hurt box. Unlike the Arabella sisters from last time. Die. Or a hitbox, rather. I always get those two confused. I don't know what that move is. Now I kind of wish I saw it. Some kind of desperation move? Well, we're kind of in a hurry right now. Next area. Okay, and this is the last stretch. This is actually literally the last save point before we run into the character. Well, actually there's a save point in the same room, but that save point doesn't matter because this is the last one where we have to kind of time ourselves. And I've been practicing this part like a lot. So I want to get hit by these falling blocks so we can go through that guy, because touching that golden guy instantly kills you. I want to jump down here, destroy that, and jump straight over. And we're already there. In one try. She's alive, thank God. There's a scary demon ahead. Although my poor siblings are in danger, I have to rest a bit longer before I can face this challenge. You know, I forgot she mentioned her siblings were missing when we ran into her in the first area in the first episode. Episode 5, whatever. But yeah, I guess that's her whole deal. This is it, right? Did we get the achievement? I guess as long as we like kill this demon, we should be fine. Let's quickly save, just in case we're still timed. I guess we can talk to this guy in case he's selling anything. I mean, he will be selling things, but in case he's selling anything that we can afford. Not really. Okay, on to the boss then. Yeah, actually having the poison here would help a lot. If we had to consider this guy as part of the the speedrun, which I don't think we do, well, the pseudo speedrun for saving Mario, then we would actually route in getting the poison, because the poison is huge damage on this one guy specifically. The bombs are doing pretty good work though, so maybe you don't really need the poison. Also, obviously the ghost does a lot of damage. Pretty sure you can't approach this guy for melee damage yourself, unless you really damage a boost or something. Okay, demon's gone. How about it? You defeated the demon? In my village, we are told stories about these one-eyed cursed beings. They were turned into monsters for angering the gods. I hope nothing bad happens to my brother and sister. Could her sister be... Mari? No, she's Mario. Could her sister be Mello? In which case, who would her brother be then? I must hurry. Thanks for clearing the path. Well, she's no longer dead. Okay, that's the same dialogue. There's probably nothing else that kills her on a timer, right? The guy didn't really mention any of that. Maybe we run into her later again? I'm just going to assume that we made it, and from this point forward we can warp back and get all the things that we missed, I guess. So let's actually... oh wait, we already have the magnet on. Crap. Right, we took off the speed ring, so... yeah, we do want the speed ring off. No longer in a rush. And this one. Doesn't seem like she has anything else to say now that we saved Mario. But we'll just exhaust her dialogue in case. Okay. And that's it for the area. So now that we're here, we might as well warp all the way back. I didn't mean to click that one, but I guess there was an item we missed here, so yeah. We could kind of put on the speed ring just to speed through a lot of this, but we're fine. I could take off like the explosive bomb thing, but the bomb lets us kill these enemies quicker and that lets us farm money quicker. And for the remaining 100%, the most important thing is money, I think. Some of the money doesn't magnetize, for whatever reason. Alright, there's our first missed item. Ran straight past it in the interest of the speedrun. Alright, we're killing. For money. I forgot. Shouldn't be selling anything, right? We already got the summon stone. Why wasn't she there in normal mode? Weird. Oh wait, that should be it, right? No more items here? Yeah. We just kinda gotta visit the shop in each area and get the items that aren't in the shop. So in Old Madrin, we got the item to the left. I don't think there were any other items out in the world. I think we just want to go to the shop. Wait, actually... maybe we get the flower first, since that's... Nah. Let's just go linearly. It's easy enough to get money just through normal enemies anyway, with the magnet. They didn't drop their money. Died right when I needed her. Ah, that was quick. I was actually thinking this episode would be pretty fast if I did the pseudo speedrun end, and then just finish the game after that. It's actually taking longer than a normal episode, but I guess if this is going to be the finale, I want it to be like a special episode longer than normal. Wait, did I ever get that item in my first playthrough? I don't remember what that item is. I guess when we pick it up I can check. I do remember going down there, but I don't remember picking up that item. Damn. Dream Ring. Oh. This is the item that we get for starting on normal mode. This would have actually been helpful for the speedrun if I was worried about dying. I just thought it didn't spawn in this, in hard mode, since this is like the thing that makes easy mode, or makes normal mode, easier than hard mode. But I guess for 100% completion they have to have it in the game. Or even in hard mode. You know, I guess we're done with this area, so we don't have to... No, wait, we're not done. The shop's right there. Right. Wait, that opens? Why did that open? The black chest finally opened. What opened it, though? Something we have equipped, or... I don't know. The whole joke from Momodora II apparently was that the black chest doesn't open, because there was a black chest in that game, which was apparently a reference to Chrono Trigger according to something that I read. But if it opened in this game, maybe rdein thought, I'm gonna let the players open the black chest this time because they were so angry about it in the second game. Though probably no one was really angry about that. I doubt there were that many people that stumbled across it and thought, I really need to open this thing, or something. I mean, I guess I did, so maybe other people experienced the same thing, I don't know. Anyway, we're here to buy this thing. I guess that's the only thing we're here to buy. There shouldn't be anything else, although I thought the same thing, and then we got the Dream Ring, so... Well, that's the only item that we started with in normal mode, so there shouldn't be any other weird item placements that are different in hard mode. And unless I'm forgetting something that's that I ran past while trying to save Mario, I think we can just walk to the next area. Damn it. Every time I click through that too fast. And there's no save point right at the start, so it's hard to get back quickly. I mean, I guess the save point is right up ahead. Still a bit of a walk though. Alright, so I press warp and then I don't press anything. Right. So the dim hideout. I really hope that, not Mario. Mellow. That Mellow is still where she should be. It's a different game when you're not moving at super speed and dying instantly due to that. And also just taking on the enemies honestly rather than trying to jump around them. kind of the hardest mode there is if you play on hard mode and try to run past all the enemies. But even with just 3 hearts and without the Dream Ring equipped, I feel like this is enough to not really worry about dying to any normal enemy. And I guess all the practice that I did previously adds into that. Now we're gonna need a bit more money here. This is the one that costs 400, the big one, the ceremonial fabric. But luckily there's an area up ahead where we can farm quite a bit of money, I think. The same place where I farmed money for the same item in my first playthrough. Guess there's no item in there, or no money. Was there an item? Nothing, yeah. At 220 now. Oh wait, let's go talk to this one first. I'll be getting some money while doing this. And if she's still here, we haven't screwed up entirely. Okay, good. She's still here. Oh, well, I guess we already read this. I don't think she's the other one's sister, not Melo's, or not Mario's sister. I feel like she'd probably be talking about her if she was. Was this an item? I think it was just money. Yeah, that was a trap. Okay, that's... It was money, but there was like only a little bit of money, or did we get a lot from that? I actually don't remember. I think the first time I opened that, I think I got like 50 or something when I compared the money that I had before I opened it and when after I opened it. I don't remember how much money I had before I opened it in this run just now, so... Well, it doesn't really matter. We have enough money after this. So this is the area where I can farm like 50 money for every one of these guys. It's pretty easy to go back and forth and just trigger these guys to fall. Luckily we don't have to do that anymore. Just gotta drop down and get the sting. And the good thing about this... I guess I can just equip it. Might be fun to have it out instead of the ghost for once. If we just take like a little bit more damage, we count as being on low health when we're on 2 hearts. That's the same as when we had 5 hearts in the normal mode playthrough, so for just taking 1 heart of damage in hard mode, you do 4 times damage, or 5 times damage even, because it's plus 400% for 500% total, and that applies to your charms as well. So just one of these should kill this guy. Yeah. This guy too. Die. I'm so strong. I guess I need a little bit more money. Damn. A little more money for the item shop in the bell tower area. And I think the item shop from the Bachman in the grave area is just going to be a like a recycle shop basically. Alright, so I took that damage on purpose. Now we're doing double damage, or quintuple damage rather. Should be easy now. Much faster than with the ghost, yeah. I guess having the ghost out would be more damage too, because the ghost also does quintuple damage. Let's try that out. Alright, got that item. If we want, we can equip that instead of the ghost if we want to take out enemies from really far away while also having the damage bonus from the fabric. Guess this is gonna heal us, but that's fine. Want to make sure we save our progress. There's the poison statuette that we have to get on top of the item shop. I don't remember if there were other items other than that lying around. Well, other than the one key item that we have to get from Melilo. Some easy money here. Wait for this one. And here's the shop. We should have enough. Just enough, just barely. Funnily enough, we get the money thing when we don't need it, I guess. I could have gone here first and bought this, and then would have made buying everything else from the other shops less grindy. But then we would have to come back here again after we talk to Melilo in the dim hideout to continue her quest, so that's why I want to go linearly. Alright, then the item over here. Get all the enemies first. And let's take just a little bit of damage to get our damage up. These really go nowhere, huh? Okay. Just a little bit. Okay, that's a lot of it, actually. You know, this might just kill me if I take 1 point of damage, damn. I guess we'll do a safety save. Oh, please don't go under me. Okay, she did go under me. That was almost terrible. Okay, we made it. You know, these guys shouldn't do too much damage. Yeah, just do one more hit like that. Perfect. Now we're crazy. And our ghost is crazy too, if she would actually hit the enemy. You two, die. I said, die. Because I'm evil. I'm Dora. Dora's aggro. She still has a little bit of demon in her after the events of the first game. Even though Momo kinda purified her in the second game. Actually, we don't have to go for money anymore, do we? Guess I'm just killing the enemies just because. Money here too, I guess. A lot of money, which we don't need. Okay, and finally, we can do this part of the quest. So here's the thing that she actually wants, and just to be sure, when we talk to her, she doesn't actually ask for it, we have to have it equipped. Oh hey, we meet yet again. Funny how we keep running into each other, huh? I hope you are doing okay. Me, I'm still working on my studies. Haven't found anything of importance yet, though. Yeah, this would have been a hint that we had to give her something, I guess. And we know from the previous era that she's a historian, so that would have been our cue to equip this and give it to her. But I guess I just trusted this too much that there is no effect when equipped. There is an effect when equipped, You can trade it away, that's the effect. Oh, that badge of yours looks really cool. Maybe you could trade it for something? I really can't go home empty-handed. All I have is some seeds from my town. They taste nothing like this land's. How about it? No. Aw, if you change your mind, please come to me. Okay, we changed our mind. Just wanted to see your dialogue. Alright, here it is. We got the Karstein seed. That is a special seed from my country. Maybe you could plant it somewhere? In this garden? Yeah, we can. Anyway, thanks so much for everything. I'll never forget about you. I will cherish this moment forever. Yep, it's goodbye forever, I guess. That's the last of her quest. We can at least read about the seed, I think. In the arid land of Korst, few are the locations where these seeds are able to grow. A very rare breed. It is capable of distorting time, leading to unknown destinies. Time travel bullshit, wow. I was talking about this in the first game, like how some of the items you picked up there were talking about time travel stuff. But none of those actually led to time travel. I get the feeling this one will actually do that. Oh wait, we can just warp from here. Damn. If we do time travel, and we know that the next game is set 300 years in the past, but we actually get a chance to like get a preview of the next game? Is that like why this existed? Plant the Karstein seed? Yes. Planted Karstein seed. Okay, in the secret area. I've been waiting on this. Oh wait, let's equip things that'll allow us to engage honestly, I think. Without like the cheesy 400% plus damage or whatever. We'll put on, I think, the marine symbol? Yeah, marine symbol. The love letter, I guess. The poison would be high DPS, but I don't consider that too honest. Helper Ghost obviously not honest. I guess the Dream Ring maybe, considering we're on hard mode and we have less HP. I guess so. That might be the most honest that I can do without putting on something broken, I guess. Okay. Let's see this secret area. Maybe it's Reverie Under the Moonlight. The entirety of Reverie Under the Moonlight behind this door. There's something odd about this door. Descend to the next area? Yes. Oh hey. Yeah, from the credits. From the credits from the last episode, and we're in a distortion in time. Okay, before we read this, I guess this isn't Reverie Under the Moonlight, or maybe it is. Maybe this is a character from that? I don't actually know who the main character of Reverie Under the Moonlight is. But anyway, from the credits in the last episode, we saw that there was like a Kaho, right? The priestess or something who we never met. Among some other things, like a boss that we never fought who's probably the boss of this secret area. But I guess this Kaho, I mean this must be Kaho, considering what we saw in the second game. She was also like a statue, one of the 4 statues that we prayed to. And she was like, based on that description in the second game, if I recall correctly, the one that helped found the Koho village and all that. So I think this is us like going back in time and getting a little bit of lore from that. Is this actually the same time frame as Reverie Under the Moonlight? Maybe we'll find out that we play as Kaho in Reverie Under the Moonlight when I actually play that game. Eventually. Anyway, we're here now, so you must have been sent by the gods to aid me in these times of peril. I am Kaho, from the village of Koho. Yeah, we know. We saw your name in the credits. And the second game. Regrettably, my other 3 companions have perished. Wait a second, hang on. This sounds sort of like Castlevania. How in Castlevania you would switch between characters or something. And those characters... Well, I don't know if in Castlevania they could die, but in games that sort of emulated Castlevania, your companions could die, I think, or you could just not recruit them. But it feels like this is like the bad timeline to Reverie Under the Moonlight. Again, I'm saying all of this without actually having played Reverie Under the Moonlight. But this does feel like it's meant to tie into the next game that rdein was already planning at this point in time, I think. But yeah, let's get a move on. Now my village is in great danger, threatened by the foul creature that lurks in this place. I just feel like mentioning these 3 companions wouldn't make sense unless they were a teaser for the next game. I am merely a priestess, helpless to face anything like this. Please, I need help to save my people. Okay, yeah, we'll do it. Although, maybe the 3 other characters were the 3 other statues from the second game. That would also make sense. They don't have to be like a preview for the next game. Nothing to the left. And this is actually the same area as like the first area we started in. The Ishlish Shrine. Now my village is in great danger, threatened by the foul creature that lurks this place. Okay, we're already about that. Oh, are we just into it? Oh, I thought it'd be like an entire secret area, like its own area. Oh, if it's just a secret boss, then that's fine too. Okay, yeah, that's the guy that appeared in the credits too. Damn, look at her go. Just don't die immediately. Okay, I'm telling myself that too. It seems like this is a nightmare situation where, oh wait, we can damage the body. But it seems like she's targeting the eye. She's jumping like super high for it. Ow. Oh yeah, the letter isn't going to help us here, is it? Oh no, oh no. No! Gonna have to find a way to dodge that one better. Under. Like that. Then avoid the laser. Damn, didn't avoid the laser. I was kind of waiting too long for it. Okay, so... we can't use the letter. We don't want too optimal build. So we'll keep on this and maybe the marine symbol. And actually nothing else really helps us. That we're okay with equipping. I mean, we could put on the poison. That's like the least broken thing amongst the broken stuff, I guess. But I just don't really want to equip it, so... I don't know, just put on the fish key. We'll do it right this time. You know, we can actually melee this guy, we don't have to range him. This guy seems even more intimidating than the actual final boss, just based on size. Okay, we go under for this. I actually kind of want to get a good thumbnail with her jumping in the air, with Hagok also on screen. Damn. Maybe I shouldn't be going for a thumbnail though, although I'm almost dead already, so going for a thumbnail is kind of the only thing that I can do. Alright, I think I got something good in there, so... I mean, I guess we can still technically win this if I don't get hit once. If we just stay really close to him, this actually becomes really easy. The problem is when he moves back and forth like that. Okay, this time for real. We don't have to get a thumbnail anymore, so We can just engage honestly. There should be a pattern to when he moves and when he attacks, I think. I think he does a move after this attack. So let him move, yeah. He seems to have like set movement patterns. He doesn't move after this attack. He does do the laser, so we have to get out of the way. And then not too close because he's going to move forward. Here we go. Oh, different attack. An instant death attack, wow, even with the ring equipped. I think that was based on how much damage we did to him. Or maybe that was like part of his set pattern. Doesn't matter either way. That just seemed to come out instantly. Only really have to start moving after that move starts charging up. Here's a laser, he pushes forward, and then he does a big explosion, I think. Yeah, get away from that one. He's got like more moves, maybe. Just gotta watch out for the explosion, I think. If we can even do that. Don't know how to watch out for the explosion. We could let Kaho do all the work. Explosion? You know what, I'll just range it from now on. We got him. He might have more phases. No, I think Kaho's got him. Okay, Kaho's got him. Thank you so much. We are complete strangers to each other, but you stood beside me and fought for those in need. That creature, we were wrong about it. I realize it now. All our prayers and offerings only fueled its cursed power. I'm so confused. Are our gods fake after all? These thoughts. Am I a heretic? Little bit of typos there. No, I can't be. You should go back home. There's no happiness to be found in these lands. Here, take this. As a gift for helping me seal that monster. Oh, a shell fruit. A slice of shell fruit. That's an item from the first game. What does that do, though? Powers up your magic leaf. Oh, wow. Wow, look at that. The animation changes, too. I like that. The legendary fruit said to be the cause of flourishment in the land of Koho. Its mysterious power is able to create anything, even life. Is this like deep lore shit? It must be. And like what she was talking about here, that was like more lore than we got even in the main game. I feel like this maybe all ties together with even the first game, how the priestesses sacrificed themselves and how Isidora's mother sacrificed herself to recreate the world in a better place. But it sounds like all of that is bullshit, according to what Kaho just said. But even after Kaho's heretical thoughts, they still continue their practices, it seems. Strange. But it feels like it all ties together thematically somehow, I don't know. Well, I guess that's it for the secret area. Nothing else to say. So these are all like born from their thoughts apparently, is that correct? And also maybe born from the shell fruit? The shell fruit? I think the description on the shell fruit from the first game, which it was among like a bunch of joke reference items, which I don't know how important they were, but I think the shell fruit mentioned it was like raining from the sky like several hundred years ago or something, so maybe they fell from the sky and just created a bunch of weird spirit demons from people's minds or something. I'm sure we're gonna get a lot of the real lore in Reverie Under the Moonlight. Might even be like completely unrelated to this stuff, but It is a prequel, so there's going to be some overlap, I'm sure. Okay, with that done, I guess we can go to hell. Don't think there were any more items in Artemisia's grave. We pretty much cleared that area out. Let's go through with the Dream Ring. This thing, and our new shell fruit. We'll take a little bit of damage with the ring, increase our damage immensely. There we go. Oh, actually, I want to see how much damage we do without the bonus, with this improved leaf thing. Actually, might just do, like, more mashing. No, it seems to be the same speed, so it probably does more damage, too. Alright, let's try this without it. Few hits. And with it. I think that was less hits, and it does feel faster, I don't know. Oh, you can reflect those. This entire time, I didn't know. Wait a second. Hang on. Okay, no, it's not a special thing that the slice of shell fruit allows you to reflect things. That's gonna take a while if we take damage from that. I just kind of want to speed through the rest of this area with our huge upgrades, basically. Considering we don't have to buy anything else anymore. And we already did all this. First time I'm really engaging these bomb guys without attacking them from a distance. Yeah, that's broken. Didn't realize I could have run back like that. And we're invincible while saving. Before I do this, I know I can just not save the game after I beat the boss. Hit it again. But just so I don't have to beat the boss, find out I missed anything, and reload my save and go back through something. Just want to look over this list again and double check if any of these ring a bell if I've forgotten anything anywhere. I don't know. I think I'm pretty much fine here, so... We hit all the shops. I don't remember any items that I'm missing from my first playthrough. Okay, I think we're good. You guys can sell that now. Actually, just to make things a little more interesting. After this guy stops shooting us. We'll take off the Dream Ring for increased damage, but also put on the Marine symbol. So we can experience the sheer joy of shooting things from a distance and killing them instantly. Just like Momodora 1. Go on and hit me. Oh, that's a lot of damage still. Or even more damage because we don't have the ring on, right? But yeah, now we do a ton of damage ourselves. It's just like Momodora 1. We still have to execute a little bit well. Right, and this wasn't an item, it was just money. We're not gonna get up to type in mantra again. I actually wondered previously, and I tested this out, I wondered if typing in mantra was like a way to get money at the very start of the game, like you could do that anywhere. It didn't seem to work for me, because I tried that in my practice run to see if you could get that money early and get the ceremonial fabric really easily, by just typing it over and over again. But it seems like you have to do it in front of the sign, so that's not a strategy for speedrunning. And we're already here. Wow, that was fast. Well, I guess we have like 2 more bosses. One boss, like one small area, and then another boss. But this should be quick. We can like go under her. I never actually tried going under her previously. Okay, that's not the right way to do it. Just kind of instantly killed her. But yeah, you can alternatively run up to her, go under, then attack from behind. Last time we just like walked away, then walked back in front of her and attacked. Doesn't really matter, I guess. Oh right, there's no save point until later. Well, I think we hit the save point pretty soon, so don't really have to worry about dying. Oh, I say that, and this guy attacks. Okay, can't take any more hits here. I think we are done though, there's not a lot of area after that boss. Yeah. Okay, so we're facing the final boss now, and we'll get the other ending. The ending that's appropriate for Dora, I think. Let's see how quickly we can kill her without trying to take damage. But if we take damage, that'll make us go by that much quicker. I really want to reflect that. I was hoping the shell fruit would allow us to reflect those things. Oh, right, the big explosion. Yeah, no bonus explosion or no bonus for reflecting those with the fruit equipped. Would have been nice though. I guess we're just speeding to the boss now. And now the ranged version. I guess we can kind of hit her from below if we have our big swing like this. I guess it increases the range, doesn't it? But with our huge damage, we can just not worry about that. Okay, we do have to avoid damage though. Not really. It's not easy. And here's the other ending. Momo is out for blood. She doesn't believe in these apparitions after her experience with Kaho. Upon killing the goddess of death, Dora sealed the connection between the living realm and hell. New ghost apparitions cease completely. Good. She hates them. However, the village of Koho was still haunted by the ghosts that remained, now filled with frustration and despair. Well, okay. But the villagers of Koho sacrificed their own people for some recreation of the world that probably would never happen, I think. I don't know. I don't know if the village of Koho is entirely in the right here. The priestesses didn't know what to do, and tranquility was no longer present in the lives of the villagers. I guess it's still the bad end. But I mean, we got everything right. It was still a 100% playthrough. Oh, we don't get the credits in the bad end. %87.5%? Why? That was like the same completion percent that we had when we completed the game in the last run, in the last episode. Am I missing another item? We got an item for defeating Hagok, but maybe I'm like missing one more item that I actually forgot to go back and pick up or something. Or maybe because we didn't roll the credits, yeah, okay, actually, we probably have to get the good ending too. Okay, yeah, that's probably it. We didn't get the option to go into New Game Plus, so it didn't save us defeating the final boss, which probably counts towards completion percentage, which is probably the last however much percentage we need, I think. Just gonna assume. So we do have to get the good ending, even as Dora. That's fine. And there we go. Just gotta go talk to her. Be a good sport, Dora. And here's new death. Just another apparition created by our minds. Or maybe these aren't the gods that we pray to? I don't know. Do they pray to the ones that they purify and kill or whatever? I don't actually know what they worship in Kaho. Or in Koho. Kaho is the person, Koho is the village. Actually, she said she was from Koho, but her name is Kaho. I thought the implication was that they named the village after her. But she was still alive, so maybe she was like a living legend that they named the village after, and just while she was alive they decided to rename the village Kaho or Koho or whatever. I guess it doesn't matter. What matters is that we got 100% for real this time. I'm so sure. And roll credits. Fun series of games, Momodora 1, 2, and 3. 3 feels like a huge evolution on top of 2, but 2 already felt like a huge evolution on top of 1. I guess graphically, the big difference between 3 and 2 was what sets it apart the most. But then all of the gameplay changes on top of that. It just feels really polished, even if it's all linear and all that. The jump from 2 to 1 was more Metroidvania-esque. Actually 2, among the first 3 games, was the only Metroidvania really. I guess this one is also sort of Metroidvania-like since you can go back with the items you get. And you have to go back with the sea to fight the secret boss, but not really Metroidvania in that sense. And yeah, the credits that kinda spoiled the characters that we would meet in the secret area. But I guess it's good that they put them here for people that would go through and realize they missed something, like I did. I do think Serena's gonna appear in Reverie Under the Moonlight. It does feel like she's meant to be foreshadowing the next game. And of course the next game is going to be an even bigger evolution on the entire series, considering it's like a much larger, longer game. One that probably most people have as their starting point. And it's back to Metroidvania, so it'll be fun to see the good, 100% completion. Yeah, it'll be fun to see the evolution of Metroidvania from 2 to 4. If you consider Reverie Under the Moonlight as game number 4. But what we're going to do for that series is actually go and create a new playlist for this, so we're going to abandon this this weird numbering scheme where episode 1 for one game is episode 3 or episode 6 or whatever for the playlist. Reverie Under the Moonlight should be long enough that we can have it in its own playlist, so that's going to be that. Alright. With that said, I think we sufficiently explored rdein's journey of game creation to Momodora 1, 2, and 3. We experienced the gameplay, we experienced some of the lore, but starting next episode we can play the game that probably most people have played and see what kind of adventure that's going to be. But since I am calling this a finale, and the last episode in the playlist, I guess I can use a sign-off that I reserve for just such episodes. Good evening, good night, and good morrow.